What's up, y'all? This fuel high, man. So what we gonna do? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy TC with GrimReaper Transport. Woo! Yes. Your boy is back on the road. I done been to Goshen. I done picked up 2 trailers. And I'm headed down to Ocala, Florida. Right now I'm in Tennessee. But, it's fuel, man. It's hot. A lot of people saying that, and then they don't know what to do. What, about 10 videos back, I had already talked about this, or was it 15? Something like that. I already talked about fuel. How you use your fuel cards. Well, I'm gonna just go over it again, bump it. Because it's just to say that those of you that said, oh man, I ain't worried about that. I'm trying to get to where I'm going and get back and get another load and do it all over again. That was burning all that fuel. Now you feel it. Now you're hurting in the pocket because you got the lead foot. So, well, first thing first, everybody that works for a RV transport company has a fuel card. You download the app and you check the price locator for your fuel card along your route. See where the cheapest fuel is. If you get to the point to where you know you're gonna run out of fuel before you get to that stop, and where you are right there, the fuel is high in the high fives, is in the fives, mid fives. If you're in Cali, it's like freaking 6, mid 6, and almost 7, depending on how far west you go into Cali. But we're gonna stick with the Midwest and going back east. So if you come to an area where it's like the mid 5s or low 5s, and you're trying to get somewhere that the fuel is 488, 487, find out how far you got to go to get to that destination, and then that'll determine how much fuel you need to put in your truck at that time just to reach the cheaper fuel. You're not gonna top off. You're gonna stop, put the little cheap fuel in there to get you to where you need to go, and get there and then top off. You get to the 489, the 487, and top off. Some of y'all looking at me like, TC, ain't no fuel out there 487, 489. Yes, there is. I actually found fuel for 485. But that's how much they was charging at the pump, 485. So I'm finding the fuel. If you use your fuel card price locator, you will find it too. So now people's like, man, how do I figure out how much fuel to put in just to reach the next location? Okay, well, every truck has this feature where you can see your fuel economy. where it tells you what your average miles per gallon is. And so say your average mile per gallon is 12.5. All right, that's at 12.5. And you still got 100 miles to go to get to that cheap fuel. Well, you divide that 12.5 and then 100, and then you know how many gallons you need to put in your vehicle. Jerky. Then they tell you how many. Yeah, they tell you how many gallons you can put in your vehicle to reach the way you need to go. If it's 100 miles and you're under a load, I might put I might go over by 5 gallons. So that's how you do that. Now, the other way that you could save money and save fuel and be somewhat happy, get your foot out the tank. Meaning no lead feet. I'm literally right now doing 64 miles an hour. I don't give a dang what the speed limit is right now. 64 miles an hour is typically where I get my best fuel at. 63, 64. But I'm going into a head-on wind, so it's eating me up. I'm down to like 10 miles to the gallon. But let me double check. Yeah, 10.7. Well, my thing say I'm getting 11.3 average. So it saves your fuel, and it might take a little time from you, but it's not going to take a lot. So it works for you. That's how it works. You're good. But you're not burning through fuel. Just going through it. Me, myself, I'm driving head on into the wind. I'm burning fuel. But I'm working my way to the hilly side of Tennessee so I can break up that wind and it won't be so much of a head-on wind. But you'll start to notice that you're spending less money in fuel when you start utilizing your truck the way you should be utilizing it to save money and to save money in order to make that money. You're still making money no matter what you're doing. You're still making money, but why make the money and burn it before it hits your account? You see what I'm saying? You done went through your whole advance because you're trying to speed, get to the location and turn around and fly back. Now, if you're a single haul, coming back, you saving buku on fuel because you're not pulling anything. It's just your truck. So you'll mess around and get a better MPG than us multi-haul guys. Like me, I come back, my MPG goes up, but not that much. But it goes up enough. I can see that I'm not dragging like the rest of it, like when I was pulling campers. But say I'm coming back, my MPG might hit 16, 17 miles to the gallon. All right. You come back as a single haul, your MPG sitting at 19, 20, 21, you saving more than I am. So you're good. But it's when you're pulling where you're burning the most fuel. So why burn all of that fuel for no reason? Don't make no sense, especially right now in this day and time. Yo, today is, what is it, Wednesday? Okay, it's March 30th. Wednesday, March 30th, 2022. Right now. So, you know I'm not lying. If you want to Google search what the fuel prices were when you see this video, don't know when you're going to see this video, but the fuel is high. Hopefully it'll be low by the time future people watch. But yeah, that's basically it, man. Keep your maintenance up on your truck. Keep your fuel filters changed out like they're supposed to. Maybe once every other oil change, get them change out the fuel filters. Because if your fuel filters get clogged up or stay in your truck too long, it'll get built up and it'll cause you to lose MPG. So make sure you're changing your fuel filters out at least once every other oil change. Sorry, it was a phone call. I had to get it out of the way. Check your air filters, because that'll cause you to lose MPG. Change your oil when you need to change your oil, because that would do it too. Make sure your tires are properly inflated to the dealership specs. Every vehicle, if you look in the door, it tells you what PSI your front tires are supposed to be at and what PSI your rear tires are supposed to be at. No matter if it's a dually or a single wheel, it tells you. It even tells you on cars. If you keep it at those specs, you'll do pretty good. Other than that, trying to think what else is there to do. Oh, once again, this is where auxiliary tanks come in real handy right now. If you think I'm joking, next RV transporter you see with auxiliary tank, ask them would he give up the auxiliary tank and just run off the factory tank alone. They're gonna tell you no. So save up your money, go to Dan's or go to Dually Depot right there in Goshen, because a lot of people didn't know there's a Dually Depot in Goshen. It is. Just look up Dually Depot and on Google Maps, say Dually Depot, Goshen, Indiana. It'll pop up right there for Goshen. There's one right there in Goshen. So you can go to Dan's Hedge, you can go to Dually Depot, you can go to Pro Masters right there in town in Goshen, and price you a auxiliary tank. Make sure the auxiliary tank you look at is going to fit your vehicle. So talk to the people and let them know what type of vehicle you're driving, what size bed it is. All of that matters, because they'll know whether you're looking at a toolbox or an auxiliary tank that's too wide for your bed, or too wide or too deep for your bed. Sometimes too tall, depending on the company you work for. Some companies don't even want people to have auxiliary toolbox, auxiliary fuel tanks that will come above the bed rail itself. So once you find one that you like, find out how often do they keep them in stock, and if it runs out of stock, how long does it take for them to restock, to get a new order in. So do that. And save up your money, and then when it's time to get it, boom, go there, pay for it, install. Now some people I know, they will install their tanks themselves. A lot of these places around Gosha, Elkhart, that sells auxiliary tanks, they do installs. Dan's, Dooley Depot, Pro Masters, I know they do the install. So when you price in the auxiliary tank and they give you the price, ask them, is that with installation? If it's with installation, if it's without installation, find out how much would it all be if you had them install it for you, and that's the price you go off of. The next thing people might ask is like, yo, TC, man, which tank you get, man? I mean, which kind of do you use gravity feed or do you use the electric pump? Now, when I had my bed and I had my auxiliary tank, I used the pump. I'm not even gonna front with y'all. Cause see, I'm gonna just shoot my little logic to the whole thing. My logic, all right? We already know if you get an auxiliary tank, that's less time that you have to take to get off the off ramp, to get off the exit, to go to a fuel stop. And we're gonna say you sitting on all the fuel stops, all the fuel pumps are full. So you might get behind one truck and there's a truck in front of that truck at the pump. So that's time you finna start killing right there. You're gonna kill about 30 to 40 minutes right there. So let's just say 40 minutes. So you killed 40 minutes in line so you could get fuel, for you to start getting fuel. So that's 40 minutes just to get to the pump. Cause you know, folks like to sleep at the day pump, take all day before you can get in there. Now it might take you, since you're not using an auxiliary tank, it might take you about anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes to pump your diesel, put your DEF in the truck, and then if the receipt doesn't pump at the pump, then you got to go inside to get your receipt. So that's about another 9-10 minutes. That can flow over into 15 minutes. So now you done been at the truck stop over an hour. So when it comes to electric fed or gravity, let's go to gravity. Well, gravity fed is cool. Don't get me wrong. If you're on a budget, gravity is cool. You can always convert it to a pump, as long as you got the one with the pips on top. But I think I'm right about that. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know in the comments. Oh yeah, by the way, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Hey, any comments, put them below. All right. Gravity fed is cool. Not trying to knock it, but I'm gonna show you why I picked electric. You're driving down the road, you're on a quarter of a tank, you're on the interstate, right? Now, you're on a quarter of a tank, and you notice that, now you're like, okay, I have to get some more fuel in the tank. So by you having a gravity fed auxiliary tank, you gotta find a safe place to pull over. Some people pull over on the side of the interstate far enough so you don't get hit by a car. Get out the truck, Go back there, hit the nozzle, wait a couple of minutes, then take off, and let the gravity feed just feed the tank until they start to see the difference on the fuel gauge raising up. And when it gets to the point where it's full, now you got to pull back over, go back there, shut the line off, and then take off again. But now you're still wasting time, because now you don't pull it off the side of the road. It's gonna take you about 3 minutes to pull over, safely pull over. 3-4 minutes. Especially if you're pulling a camper. So let's just say 3 to 5 minutes to safely pull over. Cool, no problem. All right, now you gotta get out. You gotta turn the feed on. Now, if you're a good transporter, what else you gonna do? You're gonna turn that feed on. You're gonna turn the gravity feed on. You're gonna hit the little gravity feed lever and turn and let the flow start. Then you're gonna check your chains, or you're gonna check your connections and make sure everything's still hooked up right, whatever. And you're gonna look at some tires or whatever. Make sure everything's good, whatever. You know, that's if you one of them good transporters. You know what I'm saying? So that might kill 10 minutes right there. Might. And then you gotta merge back on the highway. So traffic is real, not bad, but it's constant. Now you gotta try to get back on the highway. Work your way back on the highway, which might take you another 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever. Well, yeah, you just killed 14 minutes. Just to start up fuel on the road. Me? My main reason why I like the pump system. I'm driving down the road. Dang, I'm down to a quarter of a tank. Gotta get fuel. Hit the auxiliary. Oh, shoot. Hit the auxiliary switch. I don't even know how that happened. Anyway, I hit the auxiliary switch, whether it's up there at the top or down by the dashboard, wherever your auxiliary switch is. Hit the auxiliary switch to turn on the pump and keep riding. No time wasted. You see what I'm saying? So if there ain't no time wasted, that's no time wasted off my clock. I can keep rolling. Auxiliary tanks are worth it. And an electric pump for that tank is also worth it. But if you ain't got the money for it, you just ain't got the money for it. So I think that's it. I can't tell you nothing else other than, oh yeah, check your weather conditions if you're trying to save fuel. Check the wind speed in the direction. If you're driving head on in the wind, you're gonna burn fuel real fast. If the wind isn't above, that I noticed, if the wind speed isn't above what was it, 7, Yeah, if it ain't above 7 and it's coming head on, I think that's what it was, 7 or 6. It's not gonna eat your fuel up as quick. But when that wind start increasing and it gets above 9, 10, and it hits some double digits, oh yeah, you're gonna notice your fuel hand just no cap. So that is it. Yeah, I think that's it. So what else can I do? What else can I do? All right. Oh, for you multi-haulers that have significant others driving another truck with the company in order to save fuel coming back, or to save on some fuel, load the other vehicle on your truck or trailer and bring it back. So you're only using one vehicle for fuel. Man, I'm coming up the mountain in Tennessee, and everybody want to jump in the left lane, but can't nobody climb the mountain. This is aggravating. See, I love my little Ford with the 10-speed transmission. I can pass everything. Come on, y'all. Y'all just... Well, that's it for me today, y'all. I'll let you next one. Remember, the roads may be grim. But what we gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do? We gonna reap that money all day, all day. You feel me? Y'all stay safe, keep the rubber side down. Catch you on the next one. Peace.